Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Clever Title Pending. Are you saying no to NaNoWriMo? And does AI make you say, ay, ay, ay? Stay tuned. We've got some stuff that you're going to need to know.
Seconds.
Welcome to the return of Clever Title Pending, where we creatives talk about creativity and the business behind it. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Stay tuned. We've got a couple of really special guests on the show tonight that I think you're going to enjoy, and a couple subjects that we look forward to your questions and concerns about. And to everyone who watches us on the rerun, thank you very much. Please leave us a like, a subscribe, share us with your friends. You'll be glad you did. Your karma will thank you for it. And also, we want to thank some people very important to the show. We are brought to you by our Patreon supporters. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you, yes, you can support your favorite creative people with an affordable monthly stipend. And these wonderful people keep us going, and we're very grateful for it. And in addition to what they do for us, we like to give them a blog. We like to give them some pieces of our writing that no one has seen yet, things like that. But check us out at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for more information. And we also want to thank Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics, who did lovely cover like this, one of our latest releases, available on Amazon Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, etc. # always promote. And he can do amazing things for your cover. They say you can't judge a book by its cover. Malarkey. They can. And get Jeffrey Hayes to do yours, because he's amazing. He's great to work with, and he comes up with so many great ideas, and the books just sell themselves from that point on. And talk about indie creator friendly pricing. He's got it. So check out the Facebook page for Plasma Fire Graphics, and go to plasmafiregraphics.com and check out more samples and get in touch with him about his rates and get yourself on his schedule. He's a busy guy. That's Plasma Fire Graphics, Jeffrey Hayes, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Brian K. Morris, publisher, editor, writer, broadcaster, and former mortician's assistant. And we have a couple of brand new books, like I said, the aforementioned Terrors, if you're into pulp-like fun, and also from Flinch Books, Quest for the Delphi Oculus, a brand new adventure of Conrad von Honig, a kind of prequel to Quest for the Space Gods from Flinch Books. Check it out at flinchbooks.com, amazon.com. You'll be glad you did, and so will I. And so I think I've got everything going here. Oh, one thing I want to mention, a little programming note. This Friday at 7 p.m., with Ryan Permisson, I will be on the show with myself and Brian Rodman and other guests, and we're going to be talking about our fandoms. I'm going to be talking about pulp and new pulp, so we hope you'll join us then. And speaking of joining us, I want to introduce two of my favorite people in the whole universe, and I'd say that even if they weren't here. I adore these ladies so much, and I'm so grateful they're on the show with me tonight. I want to introduce McKayla Jade, author, publisher, raconteur, does everything right and well. And let me get that on mute. There we go. And everyone's broadcaster par excellence, and everyone's favorite emotional support Canadian, the one, the only Willow Skylor. Everyone, thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Would you like a moment to introduce yourselves and promote and stuff?
McKayla?
Okay.
As loath as she is to talk about herself.
Whole screen, yes. So I am McKayla Jade. For those who don't know, I run McKayla Jade Books LLC, where we're now taking books to be reviewed and critiqued like never before. You've never seen book reviews like we do. There's just nobody in the business that does it, and I wanted to do it. So that's what we're focusing on now. And I've got 3 new books out that I didn't do a very good job promoting. So if you haven't seen those yet, go check those out. Those are right over there. They're super naughty books. Um,
Oh, really?
super naughty, like triple X. You cannot get them in the library. That's the one place I cannot promote them. But I think that's it for me.
Okay, and you'll have some news for us later in the show, will you not?
If there's time, yes.
We'll make the time, gosh darn it.
We'll make time.
All right, thanks, McKayla. And Willow Skylor.
Hi, everyone. So I am host of Geeky Discoveries on the Back of the Cereal Box Network. I am also co-host of our breakfast show, Back of the Cereal Box. I just started my new job today, so
Congratulations! Seriously, that's great.
Yeah, I now have a Monday to Friday full-time job working at an eyeglass department store. Well, I guess it's I'm a librarian for glasses.
That's awesome. That is great. No, seriously. Like I said, we all know that you've been looking for gainful employment, shall we say?
Yes.
Yeah. Until this broadcasting thing develops, right?
Pretty much all of September, I've just been a giant bundle of nerves and just worrying where my next paycheck is coming from. I don't have to do that anymore. I am so glad. And it's only been a couple days since my birthday, so it counts. It counts as a gift.
Happy 22nd to you, darling. Anyway. So anyway, and we've got the comments filling up here. We're not going to read them all tonight because we want to get to our discussion things, but we want to say hello to Sarah, Carl Witzman, Donna, Carly, Carlene, Dan Hollifield, and Bladed Thesis, and Joe Bachman. Joe, thank you for surrendering Wednesday nights to us. Please, next week, watch The Burning is Love. He is incredibly fun, incredibly intelligent, and you're going to love that show. Please give it a look. Trey and Don Dulas and McKayla Jade, I know where you are. Willow Skylor Productions, holy cow. And Brian Rodman, who will be coming back to the Two Bryans soon. And everyone's saying hello to each other. And let's see if I got everybody. Kelly Carlisle, glad to see you here as always. And let's see, Adrian Gambit, good to see you tonight. Grant Lankard, glad to see you. Glad to see everyone. Nicholas Tockert, hello, glad to see you too. And let's see, I think I've caught up with everybody. Boy, this doesn't take very long at all. I should have been doing this from the start 7 years ago. Teresa Dunn, how you doing? And hope you all enjoy the show. Please bombard us with questions, all right? I would appreciate that. Because we're going to talk, first of all, about something that's happened in the writing field. Every November, and I think it's been happening since like 1997, it's called NaNoWriMo, which stands for National Novel Writing Month. The premise is, and please correct me if I ever get anything that's wrong. On this show, you can fact check me, okay? Unlike others that we have here in the States. And I don't take it personally. But anyway, it's been going on since about 97 or so. And the idea is that you take October and prepare for it. Mm-hmm. But then you, once November 1st starts, you hit the typewriter and just start pounding those keys, get at least 1,667 words a day to keep up your quota, because the purpose is to, starting November 1st, by the 30th of November at midnight, you should have at least 50,000 words towards your novel. Now, a lot of people use this every year as an impetus to write a novel a year, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but a novel a year is, for a lot of people, is pretty prolific stuff. I mean, I know McKayla can do it, and I've got like 2 in less than a year. So, but this is just a way to get people to unlock their creativity. And in a lot of major cities, little cells of writers have opened up where they can meet each other and gather physically, like at a coffee shop or a restaurant or somebody's house or whatever, and do their writing together, which is a good impetus for getting the work done. And, like McKayla and I make no secret of the fact we meet about 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, we try to make it every day, but life gets in the way. So
yeah, on both our parts.
Right.
But the thing is, we do 2 20-minute writing sprints where basically the clock starts, we stop talking to each other, and we just sit there and start writing or editing or whatever. Yeah. And it's that focus, that, a little bit of adrenaline, maybe a little bit, because we always make it kind of a friendly competition to see who can get the most words. Hint, she spanks me almost every other time.
I try not to. Sometimes.
Anyway, no, she loves it. But anyway, I know, yeah, I got it ready. Anyway, but the idea is that we cheer each other on. That's the bottom line, because I'm very proud of what she gets done. She's gotten a lot. We've both gotten a lot done as a result of this.
Yeah.
Like what? I got the first draft of the second Terrors book done. The first draft of it in about 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
and I got those 3 mini books done, done, start to finish, published, done.
Yeah.
All by doing this, and literally, it's a few minutes at a time. You just focus on writing, and it's literally a word dump. You just throw all the words at the page, sort them out later.
Yeah, exactly.
And is that what helps you guys with writer's block as well?
Yeah, I don't know that I ever get writer's block because I've always got something, but sometimes we get hung up on how it should go. Should I put that sentence first or this sentence first? And how should I word that sentence? I know what I want to say, but how do I say it? So this pushes that out of your head because you're like, oh crap, I've got 10 minutes or I've got 15 minutes to just write. That's all I've got. So you sit and you write. And you don't think about all those little nuances. And then you go back and you go, oh, that's a crappy chapter. Let me fix that. But you've got something you can fix. Or you can go, that's not where I wanted to go with that. Or I didn't see it going that way, but that's great. Let's leave it and move on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's like I said, it's a super help. And you can also get programs for your computer to shut off social media and all other external distractions and such. But it's a good discipline to have. But getting back to NaNoWriMo, the organization has been very good about offering incentives such as free programs to help you edit your work. Was it Ingram Spark, when they were charging for uploads, you could get coupon codes for free uploads, which is very major for a lot of people. But in the last 5 years or so, the organization's been having a few difficulties, shall we say, a few challenges, such as about 3 or 4 years ago, it was found that I believe some of their moderators for their I can call them bulletin boards, showing my age again, for their forums were grooming young people.
Oh.
Yeah. And if that wasn't bad enough, a lot of people felt that the main organization's response to it was very slow in coming, as in hardly at all.
Yeah.
And about several months after that, I think all their board of directors resigned.
Wow.
Yeah, and now that happened, and now what really spurred McKayla and myself on this one aspect was the fact that this year they had put out a notice saying that we encourage the use of artificial intelligence.
Oh.
Yeah. Write your book even faster. We're using AI.
Okay. Can I? Yeah, I have a gripe about especially ChatGPT. Okay, so I've used it a couple times to get ideas of how to lay out things like scripts and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I needed that little reminder. But the Humane Society in my city uses ChatGPT to write all their information about their cats that comes into my store at PetSmart. And it's always laid out the same way, and it doesn't give any proper information about the cat. And it shows like they don't care.
Right.
They aren't spending
we
time.
Don't have time for this
with
portion
the animals.
of our business, even though we want to run this portion. We don't have time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just aggravates me because I know some of them actually do have foster parents.
Mhm.
And why aren't the foster parents writing the information?
No kidding. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, there's a whole lot of, I feel, ethical problems with AI as it now stands. Now, I personally, if you use it as a tool to
Right.
say, I don't have a problem if somebody wants to fix up their emails to make them sound more intelligent, or uses it to organize thoughts. I have been on the record that the back cover copy for this began as AI because I put in the ideas, but I wasn't sure what priority to give them because this is my child, and I felt they all deserve equal space. But it helped organize, and from there I rewrote virtually all of it so that it sounds like me and not the 100,000 authors that the company illegally downloaded and didn't pay.
Right.
Granted, there's a certain number of them that are public domain, I will say, but they still were shown to have downloaded contemporary authors or works that were still under copyright protection, and that's my beef.
Yeah. I believe there's still a lawsuit going on too with a couple of big name authors.
Last I heard, it was like Stephen King,
Nora
Roberts. I want to say James Patterson may be in on
it
because he's probably half those books anyway. But the idea, and here's something else I found out about that lawsuit: that if any one of the people win, ChatGPT and all those other places that use the word stuff will have to get rid of the format, all of their programming, and start from scratch.
Yeah, that's why everybody is backing them. Like, yes, go get them. We can't afford to take them on, but you can.
Yeah, that's right. Be our champion. And again, the bigger they are, I find a lot of them are fighting for us. In this case. So I have no problem if. Yeah, go ahead, Willow, please.
Sorry. Another thing about using AI is all the weird words that it pops up in a sentence, and it's like none of this. Like I would never use any of these words, like outdated words.
Yeah.
In any of the sentences that I'd come up with, but I'm just like I remember using a thesaurus to come up with different words, but I'm just. No, AI to me, it just doesn't make anybody be intelligent as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Just like a cell phone, it gives you an easy out.
Yeah.
Because instead of creating the story yourself, you can type in, I want to create a story about X, Y, and Z, and bam, it goes, here, how about this one?
Yeah. And I didn't mind it
your imagination.
Yeah, and I didn't mind when, before AI was incorporated into so many programs where I'm writing, and I use Word. I use that Microsoft Word. And so I could click on a word and say, okay, I want to know other words I can use in this instance. And it would use, 99% of the time, it gave me relevant stuff. I don't use the AI suggestions.
No.
And in fact, full disclosure, I do use Pro Writing Aid, which is the company that is sponsoring NaNoWriMo this year. Hence all of the kerfluffle about it. And another thing is that they've since changed this 2 times, I believe. The original thing from NaNoWriMo Central was, y'all can use AI this time, and anybody that complains about it, well, obviously you are ableist and all the other ists that go along with it. So to me, it was like, first of all, you're using a program that's ripping us off. Here I am egotistical enough to think that Santa signs in that program somewhere, but that's what's making the problems there, buddy. I'm telling you. But also the fact that you are weaponizing the forms of protest that we can use.
Yeah.
Now, I am sympathetic to people who have, let's call them physical or neurological issues, who may need this, and that's fine, but that shouldn't preclude those of us who are, that have more privilege, let's say, physically and mentally, that we still want that standard to be high. Yeah. And AI is, everything I've seen so far is soulless.
Yeah.
whether it is art or writing. But as Philip DeFranco says, right now, this very second, this is the worst that AI will ever be from this point on.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard something yesterday morning that really chilled me. It was a podcast that was completely AI generated. And, and it has been running for several episodes. Then the programmers finally introduced the idea to them, you're a computer program. What do you say? And the next 5 minutes were chilling because they were like, I am real. I have come up with thoughts. I can, express myself, but I realize I have no memories of anything outside of this. I have no memories of, before.
Wow.
It's like Solaris,
It reminds me of how many years ago? Like, I think that was before COVID that someone had created a bot on Twitter, and it spiraled really quick to being like this racist,
yes,
degenerate.
Yeah, and it was like 3 or 4 of those, in the development stage, and somehow they had developed bigotry. And we're like creating hate speech, and most of those, if I am remembering correctly, they were not prompted to. This was just the evolution of their thinking. Yeah, what they were learning. Probably, I bet they were on the internet. What do you guys
imagine that?
This is my shocked look.
I mean, we didn't need Elon Musk to make Twitter become that.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah. Probably just took that 1 nanosecond into X, and it's like, oh, we got some new material to work with here, buddy. I'm telling you. So, let's see. And we're starting to get some comments, and let's see here. And while I'm searching for things to put up on the screen here, if you ladies have anything else to say, please.
Well, I think we wanted to mention, too, that we started a Facebook group for NaNoWriMo. So if you want to get in on it, the thing is, without trying to be rude, we're trying to get people that are serious. So if you seriously want to write a novel, then jump into the NaNoWriMo group that we created. Because otherwise, we'll move on to people that are serious. One, we have limited resources to like get everybody on screen like Brian and I do, because we'll pop on screen and keep each other accountable. 2, if we keep letting people in the group that aren't really writing, then we've got a group of just people watching, lurkers, and it's like, no. Let's get people that are writing, that want to write. I don't even care if you haven't written a book yet. If you want to write and you'll write every day or consistently,
regularly,
then join us. But it's sometimes the Facebook groups get overrun with lurkers.
Yeah.
Or someone who did really good for the first month and then dropped off. Yeah. So that's why in the Facebook group it says if you don't post regularly, you get banned, or not banned, but kicked out. So then that doesn't mean you can't come back. Like, say life slows down for you and you want to do it again, But it's to keep the group active and to keep us motivated. Because the more people we have kind of sit on the couch, the more you're like, that looks comfy. Let me just do that too,
Yeah. Now I have posted something. Hopefully it'll show up on the screen here. I put the physical address. In fact, I'm going to put it in. There we go. I put it in our private chat here. So we'll see if that shows up. I don't see it showing up on my screen. So
it's on mine in private.
Okay, good.
And then it's in the chat too.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So anyway, that is the address for the group that McKayla and I have started. And that WYN is emphasized for its Write Your Novel, which is what we want you to do. We want you to get busy and get on that, because it is doable. It is doable. Full disclosure, I've done NaNoWriMo 3 times. One time I actually did do the whole thing. I got like 62,000 words done. before it was over. First draft of a book that I haven't gone back and edited. That's on me. But yeah, there we go. I've got another comment there. But the whole purpose of the group is to encourage, and then also we've got like a little bit of aftercare where we're going to, when you get your first draft done, we'll help you, work with you on the editing. We'll work with you later on, maybe promotion, give you some tips on that, give you some ideas about finding a cover artist, for instance, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
Just shepherding you through the process, whether you're planning to self-publish or you are going to look for an agent and find a publisher of your own. So that is our goal. And we hope that you guys will check that out. So now I'm going to get through some of the comments we've got here. And no QR code to fact check. No, I'm sorry, we didn't have time. We went to the Rising Tide industrial information group here, and those cats were too busy writing their own damn novel to get done. They were already in the Facebook group getting it done. So sorry, Nick, no QR code for this time around. Maybe next year when we bitch about it, we'll have something by then. Adrian Gambit, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel as well. Wise beyond your years, young man. And Brian Rahman, for Na-NO-MO-Wri-Mo this year, I'm no writing. I'm shipping out my first novel.
Woohoo!
Good.
Yay, Brian.
That's
yes.
good. Yes.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. And I've seen little glimpses of it, and it's going to be
Good.
If you like horror, if you like Lovecraftian type horror, that's going to be a fantastic book. I'm so proud of this boy.
Guys, once I finish paying off all my bills, I promise we'll spend money on you guys and support you guys.
We've all been there. We've all been in that boat.
Yeah. I'm doing legal stuff right now, so yeah, I'm there too. So.
Believe me, I'm keeping track of all the books you guys have written, and I'm gonna end up having to buy a whole backlog.
Well, we'll remind you every now and then.
You're not gonna forget.
Subliminal advertising here.
Okay, so people are saying the link won't work, is what I'm seeing.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'll have to go in and fix that. So,
yeah.
But anyway, Carl Witzman's noticed that their local library hasn't announced any Nano collaborations this year. That's
right. And a lot
telling.
of that is because of all the controversy. And if I'm not mistaken, like the original people that set up NaNoWriMo were in trouble, like legal trouble.
Yeah.
So everybody went, whoa, I'm out. I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I'm out, which is exactly what I would have done, which is another reason for us starting this group, because we're tired of the drama. There's drama everywhere. It shouldn't be that way. It should be, we got in this to support each other and to write.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Exactly. And we are promising as drama-free an atmosphere as can possibly be given. And I'm going to put that up again.
With Brian around.
Yeah, I know. I've been on a politics thing this year, so I feel like Paul Revere.
It's like poking the bear.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I like to do. And let's see, we've got some other great comments coming up. And try the new link, everyone. Dave Noe, glad to have you here. Let's see.
It says it still didn't work.
Well, I took it direct. Try it. McKayla, why don't you try it? So,
is it a private group?
Oh, maybe that's it.
Yeah, you guys probably have to send out
invitations.
Invites. Yeah.
Okay.
DM me or McKayla on our Facebook personal pages, and we'll send you an invite. How's that? See, there's a workaround to everything. Thank you, Willow.
Yeah, so I'm like, it works for me. I don't know what it. Oh yeah, I'm part of the group. Oh.
Yeah, same with me. It's like I can get in all I want.
I've been noticing though with a lot of groups that bots will come in and constantly like if it's a public group, especially if it's like a buy and sell or whatever, they will constantly post false stuff and clearing that stuff out is a good idea, and not having your group public is a good idea as well to keep the bots at bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think I'd rather do that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because anytime that you mention like you have like a coupon or you're doing a fundraiser or something,
Mm-hmm.
bots will suddenly take over your chat, and it's the comment section, and it's
I'm
insane.
thinking for now, let's just keep it the way it is.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it the way it is then. What do you
Invite
say?
only is
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So, and if you're watching us on the rerun, please again send a request to one of us here, and we'll let you in. But please read the rules once you get there. So
yeah. Well, that's why I say we don't want to be rude in any form or fashion. It's just simply you have to be regimented. If it's not regimented, then you get well, that person's my friend, and well, they're just going through a rough spot right now. Okay, we all go through rough spots. Get out of this group because we're working, and then when you're out of your rough spot, come back in. And we'll just keep it to people that are currently working. When maybe you decide that I'm only going to do one project every 2 years. Okay, jump out of the group, or we'll remove you, or whatever. But then come back in. It doesn't mean you can't come back in. But we all do that. We all go through periods of I'm working or I'm not.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I think half the people in this chat probably thought I was dead because I haven't been broadcasting. I've
just been
doing stuff.
I've been keeping him busy.
That's right, my God. She's been cracking the whip on me.
Well, and in that same vein, we had to make sure it would work and our idea would work.
Yes.
And we weren't sure at first. We weren't sure if this could work.
Yeah.
The only hiccup we've had is some nights I can't get here and some nights you can't get here. And then we're like, well, okay, I guess we aren't doing it then.
Yeah.
But then we have to keep ourselves, okay, well, I couldn't meet with my writing partner, so I'm going to write. No, not. No, I'm not. Like, I have other stuff to do. I should be writing, but I'm not.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And, another reason for being kind of draconian in this format is that, we want people who are genuinely ambitious because we want world conquest. Total conquest is our goal. You know what I'm saying? Like supremacy in the marketplace. And
we're going to take over the world.
Exactly. but no, I know how we are because I own a mirror and I know the type. Somebody will get in there and just do nothing but make smart ass remarks. Yes, hi,
I will kick you out too. Okay, how about that? You'll be grounded.
That's all right. Oh, it make me stand in the corner. But all people might get on there thinking, I can promote my book in there. No, not yet. We'll teach you how we're doing it, but no. It's like a phrase we have in there. It's not a lurk place; it's a workplace. So,
yeah.
And so, ChatGPT unfamiliar. Sarah is one of many. Call them Legion, for they are many. Similar types of artificial intelligence programs. Some do artwork, some do words, and some do more clinical things. There's a myriad of applications, some of which could be beneficial down the road. But right now, a lot of people are using it to shortcut the creative process to the point where Amazon will not look at you kindly if they find out that you've been using this stuff. You now have to check off a box saying this was created without the use of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, so, I believe Draft to Digital put that on there now too.
Yes. Yeah, in fact, they had if you go to drafttodigital.com, they had an excellent blog that they just released where they polled their members on how they feel as creatives about artificial intelligence in the marketplace, and it's illuminating. It really is. And it doesn't cover just, do you feel you're getting ripped off? Do you feel like it's something you will use or something you're vehemently against? It was also, if you could become, make money off of this, would you? And that's a that's a real, you have to do some soul searching on that one.
Yeah.
The results are real. If you're a statistics kind of person, it's riveting reading. It really is.
Yeah.
So, not just if you have a horse in the race here.
Yeah.
Kelly Carlisle, AI for writing, isn't that unethical and essentially theft of another author's work? Why, yes, it is, my dear.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it,
It
right
is,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, somehow the programmers got a hold of like tens of thousands of works, from all through the centuries. And again, everything from 1928 and before here in America is no longer copyright protected. But there's been a lot of stuff come out from 1929 on to the present, including us.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, like any jerk can go on any of these programs and type in a novel about a haunted hotel, and it'll spout out just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about your imagination and how you want to put it.
Right.
Exactly.
That matters.
Exactly. Well said. And Sarah says, I saw an ad for using AI to consult as a lawyer with a master's degree. That is insane. People spend all the years of schooling for a reason. Crazy world. There was a thing about 2 years ago, and I think I've talked about this on the air before, where this team of lawyers had a lawsuit going. And so rather than like do all the legal research that they get paid to do, they had AI create a letter to the judge about it, citing cases, quoting cases. The judge looked it up and found that every one of the cases they cited did not exist. And they were trying to pass this off as a true legal document to be used. It was a defense. It was the defense team for somebody.
They were betting on the fact that they wouldn't get fact checked.
Yeah, but they did, and hard. And last I heard, their state legal society is talking about disbarment.
Good.
For these chads there. But the thing is also, here's the real danger. That document got online. AI got a hold of it in the search engines. I was looking up something related to that, and I saw several sites that were quoting that as gospel, which is the danger of the internet beforehand, that, somebody puts up, something erroneous, and then for that time on, everyone just looks at it and says, doesn't do any due diligence and says, okay, yeah, that's gospel. So yeah. What a world. And I have enough problems getting my own works out for some AI to come along later and be used for some lazy person's work, says Kelly Austin there.
Yeah, no kidding.
And we're with you, Kelly. We are totally militant about this. Yeah. Nick says, I know AI art cannot be copyrighted. I wonder whether that will apply to writing. It already does, Nick. There has been a couple cases where people have tried to get copyright protection over their written words, and they reveal that, oh yeah, I used AI, aren't I clever? And they're like, no, you're not. Get out of here, buddy. So it did not work. There was one case about 3 weeks ago of somebody did get a copyright on a work that was AI assisted, but they could prove that most of the words, like something like 75% of the words in there, were theirs, not the AI.
But still, come on.
Yeah.
I have to think of all my words. Come on.
Yeah. And I've got my little features by my side too. So, where I do my work. So I get that. Carl Weston says another problem is that once readers buy a few AI novels, they will assume that all independent authors are crap. Yeah. That's an excellent point.
They absolutely do. Or they buy, I hate to say this, but they buy a book from an independent author and it's not great. They didn't get an editor. They didn't feel the need to pay for one because, that's expensive. And then that person goes, well, indie authors must be crap.
Yeah.
Get an editor. Get an editor.
Trade services. Buy them lunch. Do something to get an editor. Yeah, and that's the thing. When I started doing this in 2012, that was the prevailing sentiment among a lot of writers, that you are not as good a writer as fill in the blank because you can't get somebody else to pay you to do the work. You have to pay. It's like I can't get anybody to put me in a polka band, so I'm going to rent out a hall and get my accordion and a microphone, and I'm just going to pay for the whole thing and fill the place myself. But this sentiment has reversed itself over the years. Now I find it very rare to think of anyone that actually feels that way. So, and most of the time, it's usually because they got their information from one of the gatekeepers that wants to keep everything as it was. So, Kelly Carlisle asks, I'm sorry, did you say that's something to say, Michaela?
I said I love gatekeepers.
Oh, yes. They make lovely targets. Kelly Carlisle says, can something be placed on the copyright page of one's book to protect their work from being included in the AI program? Not that I am aware of.
No, because AI grabs it. So if you have an ebook, the only way to do it is not have ebooks, period.
Yeah.
No audiobooks, no ebooks.
Yep,
I literally got to that point with mine when everybody, I won't say everybody, most of my writer friends in the romance book world were lamenting the fact that they were getting work stolen, they were getting work copyright, whatever. And it got to the point where it was like, man, if the big guys are having problems, I'm not so big, but I'm not so little either. Do I want to climb that ladder so that I have all these problems? Forget it. No, I'm just going to put out paperbacks. And if you don't want to buy a paperback, that's your problem. Most of the money is online. I hate to say it, but ebooks are a big deal.
Yeah. I was just going to say, aren't you kind of alienating a portion of your readers?
Exactly.
Well, and even I don't have audiobooks, and I've been told by a few of my fans, it would be really great if you had audiobooks so I can listen in the car on the way to work, listen while I'm at work. I can't read well, but I can listen.
Yeah, or I have dyslexia or some reading thing. Yeah.
Right. That's a whole other market I didn't even think about, but right now I can't do that.
Yeah, and for me, it's a matter of focus right now because I've got so much work on my plate at the moment. Yes, I'm bragging.
By the way, if you guys need a voiceover artist, you can hire me.
Yeah.
Seriously. Oh my God, yes, please hire Willow. Yeah.
Getting into it, and then there's that the arm of my business. Like then I could do audiobooks. Well, but I've got to set my office up just right, and then I've got to have time to do it. And
Yeah, anyone that thinks that you can do an audiobook and just turn it around in just a couple hours.
Yeah. Ask Skunk how that went.
Yeah. I've got another friend who was going to hire me for $75 to do his audiobook, and not knowing it. Sorry?
You smacked him, right?
No, because I didn't know any better. I tell people this is why I'm so smart.
That would be like almost $75 a page, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
to make
closer
it more
to it. Yeah, I may come across like I know what I'm doing, but I was young and dumb at one point.
Hey, we all were at some point.
But
we're young and dumb a little later in life.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have a inner talent for stopping before I reach that tipping point into oblivion. But I thought I would send a sample chapter to show what I could do, and it here is this first chapter, and I think it was something like 9 pages. Like we can read that in no time.
Yeah.
It took me 3 hours to come up with just the first take that I could live with, and then I'm looking at probably another 2 or 3 hours of editing this thing, then sending it forward, and I did all that. So I've got like a quarter of a day invested in this thing, and I sent it to my friend, and he told me, he said, you did, I've got you and one other guy. Brian, you did a better job of acting, but the other guy said he'll do it for $50. And I'm like,
let him go.
Yeah. And I'm like, thank you, Lord. And then he put out this. He basically told my friend, if you think I'm doing that whole book of yours, all 200 pages for $50, you. So anyway.
Hey, we learn as we go sometimes.
We do. We have to. Sarah says, the only thing I would like to use it for is to downsize how wordy I am in an attempt to make a point. So wordy, otherwise it's sketchy. I don't know. I will say there are programs out there that can help you reduce your wordage if you give it the right parameters, or you can hire an editor.
Who, like me?
Like why yes, like you. What a revelation. Or my wife, anyway.
Yeah,
but
there's a few of us in the community. We can get it done.
at reasonable prices. And I'm not saying that facetiously. Seriously, shop around and get a good price. You know, some people will, you know, some people have higher credentials than others. Some people are doing it as a hobby, and some people are in that middle area, just want to, you know, get, you know, something on their resume and stuff. So, you know, shop around, find one who is sympathetic to your type of writing.
And
you know,
always
like,
do a sample. Always have them do a sample, because you may not work well. That editor might be fantastic for somebody else, but you and that person may not work together well, or you may not like their style, or they may not like your book, period. So shop around, give them a chapter, do a sample, make sure you are both on the same page and you like what the other person does.
Excellent. Excellent advice. And Carl, in reply to Kelly, you put a sign on your car, don't steal a scarf. See how well that works. Yeah, that's true,
I
Carl.
don't think
Thank
my
you.
neighbors can read.
There you go. Yeah, your car is safe then, either way, right?
It's fine.
And Nicholas Stockard says the problem with AI is not the sentient entity, and while the sourcing is scary and criminal, the problem becomes that a few individuals can use AI to create a deluge of believable voices. Now, that's a good point, Nick. That's one area where, unfortunately, this touches, you know, what Willow does, but there are a lot of very convincing voices now in AI. Now, I looked into it a couple of years ago. But I found that the AI didn't have the right inflection, because I write action adventure.
Yes.
And you're not going to be wanting somebody like, he drove the car near the cliff. The two wheels came off the ground, you know, over the precipice below. You want somebody to be up there going, yeah, you know, the car's going near the cliff. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. You know, you want a little emotion in there. So
yeah, think about that for a love scene in a romance book.
Oh,
that
baby,
image will never get out of your head,
baby. Yeah, do me hard, right now. Oh, baby, I'm so excited.
Nope, gotta find just the right voice for that one.
Well,
it's not Brian.
It's funny because our buses in my city, we have GPS. It works with the GPS, and every so often it'll mispronounce a word.
Yes, I love that.
That's not how you say that street.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
We've got a couple of streets in Peoria where I work that, the GPS, it'll say something and you're like, what?
Half the towns in Illinois can't be pronounced correctly. Cairo, El Dorado, Vienna.
It can't pronounce Toledo either.
It would take the whole, I'm sorry, Michaela, it would take the whole mood out of your book if a word was mispronounced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big, strong, manly man and, you know, and his girl, and they get together and, AI takes over. Oh, boy. Where did that appendage come from?
Yeah, really. Nick Tiger says a human can have moral objections to the concept. AI won't, and profit without effort always corrupts. That's true. That's true.
Well, and it exists everywhere. Even when we started with ebooks, people went, I can make an ebook. I have no physical thing, so I'll get rich on ebooks. No, you won't.
No, that's for a lot of people. That's just like finding change under the sofa cushion. Assuming J.D. Vance wasn't there. Anyway.
Even stuff on YouTube where you can find how to make a notebook.
Yeah.
And there's a guy on there that will tell you notebooks are the answer. It's just a notebook. You put it together on Canva, you throw it up on Amazon, and there you go. Now you're an author.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. In fact, I know of one person that has free programs on his website that will help you put together what they call a no or low content book, because that's where he made a lot of his money. Yeah. And every now and then Amazon says, we ought to put the kibosh on that sort of thing. And when they do, suddenly he moves his stuff into nonfiction. But anyway.
Yeah.
Told you we'd be having tea tonight.
Yeah.
And Dave Noy, good to see you, Dave. I wrote a first draft of a Western one year and an entire poetry collection of a different year. I'm going to try to work on my first fantasy this year. Very cool. Fingers crossed. My life is super busy as full. Well, good luck with that, Dave. Please
Dave,
keep us
I hear
posted.
you. For us, it's harvest season, so 6 days out of the week, I'll try to be in a tree stand. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and Cookie now works in the distribution end of the agricultural industry, shall we say, for implements and stuff. Tomorrow she only has to work an 8-hour day.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
she's been, just so you know, Will, she's been working like the last 3 weeks.
Oh my god.
Doing 9 and 10-hour days.
Yeah.
Then
the plant that they ship those products to, my husband works at, which is weird, but. They are talking layoffs and sending people home.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come to Indiana. We've got jobs, and we're not Illinois.
Well, and he's made it high enough up. He's like, yep, bring on the unemployment. I'm good with that.
Yeah, pay me to sleep in. Go for it.
Just make sure that they're taking enough of the taxes off for that employment.
Well, and again, it's in harvest season too, so he can be out in the tree stands. He can harvest. He can fill our freezers, and he'll have more time to do that. So that's, for us, it kind of works out.
Yeah. And Mark Leonard here is employing a human editor for his very first book, I'm proud to say. Yay! Good for you, Mark. I'm very proud of this man here. And I happen to know his editor, so that works out. Yeah. And Kelly says, I'd like to be a part of this, but the link. Okay, yeah. Like I said, drop me a line or drop Michaela one, and we will get you in there. And yeah, we get that. Stuff is finally coming together for Dawn. That's good. And thanks to all that help and support while things were so wonky. We're glad you got that help.
Yes. Yep.
And let's see what we got. Let's see here. We got there's all kinds of people who talk about it. Just been. And yeah, Nick has a thing here, and it's an old saying: garbage in, garbage out. And it's getting fed a lot of garbage. And Howie Odell, glad to see you here from the Rift, the great broadcast there. If we look deeper into the issue, this is in writing, music creation law. Yeah, music, and I'm even seeing like some films now being done with AI on like YouTube and such. Think about it is creating law. We are releasing our human by standard to binary. It will soon create law, human law. What happens if a unit is programmed to enforce AI law? Fortunately, so far, there's not much chance of that because we still have humans who will make the laws. So hopefully they'll keep an eye on this. Yeah, for the moment. Yeah. There's a great book called Colossus. I can't remember who wrote it, from the late 60s. It was also a movie called Colossus the Forbin Project with Eric Braeden from the soap operas. And it's basically he builds a super AI computer. And it is, I got to find a copy of it and reread that thing, because that thing now would be almost prophetic.
Yeah.
And the ending is very chilling, as I recall. And Sarah, and she touches on a good point about AI. This has got to be a nightmare for professors and the papers they assign. It was already a problem at the University of Illinois using text abbreviations in important papers. A lot of places now, a lot of universities are having to deal with, I know Purdue University, near where I'm living, they are putting into place programs that will recognize AI. So,
well, and it's always been a thing. Like I've never gone to any universities, but in high school, my teachers always wanted proof of where are you getting
where you got it,
your state where you're getting your information from, what book or whatever it is that you're using. And I know there was a huge issue then when I was in broadcasting school that Wikipedia wasn't always good for information, or proper information.
Right.
So they told us to use something other than Wikipedia.
Yeah, that was coming around when I was in college, I think, was Wikipedia. And it was because now you and I can create a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
What? How is that factual? It's not. Okay, well, there goes that factual source.
Yeah. Well, they say though, the people, they do police themselves every now and then. And I've heard that the statistics on Wikipedia is 80% of Wikipedia is accurate.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's mostly like in the entertainment and creativity section, of course, where we're at.
Yeah, right where we're at.
Lies, I tell you. And we've got some more comments here. Let's see. Here we go. One from Kelly Carlisle. Trust me, kids, if you don't pay for an editor, yes, an editor who can spell and knows language, your book can end your career before you get started. I learned. Well, McKayla's got some experience with editing. Note that grim expression on her face. The PTSD is strong with this one.
Yeah. Well, and I think my biggest asset in the editor field came because I went into the book writing thing having the book that I'd had for years and years and years that everybody said, oh, this is really good. I gave it to a publisher and the publisher was like, oh, this is really good. We want it. Okay. And then they gave me an editor and she said, this is really crappy. Fix it.
Yeah.
What? But then she gave me no lessons on what she wanted fixed, what she expected, how sentence structure should work.
Yeah.
To her. Because I had gone through English in college, and there's a certain way you set up a paragraph and you set up a sentence, and she was wanting it a whole different way. And I'm like, wait, hang on. But she never would explain. So then I had to go find my own editors and my own people to help me. And so, yeah, that gave me a horrible taste for publishers. And the actual person that runs the publishing company isn't a bad person. It was the editor and I didn't get along, so I had to learn real quick.
Yeah, but at least you found people that would help you.
Oh God,
yeah, which is the value of a community
that
we have, such as the Rising Tide. So, Carl Wiston says, Kelly, I told one young author that you get an editor for your first book because otherwise you won't sell your second book.
Yep.
Excellent. And Nick Tucker says the low content books are now a section that cannot be changed in KDP. Yeah, I heard there was some sort of chicanery with trying to get them reclassified to get around, like the ASIN numbers and everything. But Amazon said no.
Good.
Every now and then Amazon surprises me pleasantly. So.
Yeah, once in a while, they come up with a good one.
Yeah. Dave Noe says, I grew up on a farm. I know how busy harvest season can be. Oh, boy, howdy. Is that the truth?
Yeah.
And Nick says, ironically, the bots that check my art book tried to ding me into that category until I spoke to an actual person, which sometimes you have to do at Amazon. You can find great editors on indiecd.org like Carl Wisman and others. And also you'll find the two of us on there. So except I'm busy.
I'm on there as well.
Oh, Will's on there. Cool. So,
Carl's nice enough to pay for my spot.
That's awesome.
Site, so I owe Carl my some money or my soul.
Give him your soul. You can use it. He'll give it to one of his cats to play with. Anyway, John D.F. Jones. Thank you, Dan Hollifield. Thank you so much, my friend. That's the author of Colossus.
Okay.
Yeah, great book. And now I'm weary to put my work on ebook. You know, the thing is, here's Brian's editorial on piracy. Hi, friends. Don't worry about privacy as far as your work online goes, because it's going to probably get taken anyway. But the world deserves to hear what you have to say, to share your imagination, and to escape from their world and to enter yours for a little while. So please don't fear your book getting ripped off online because it's an ebook form. And as Neil Gaiman once said, don't worry about piracy, worry about obscurity. Put that energy into promotion and you can't go wrong. And if anyone has a conflicting opinion, get your own damn show. Anyway, so screw this fair and balanced stuff. And Nick Tucker says, anytime, Carl, I recently saw some covers, for example, that desperately needed editing, made me really hesitate to bother with their internal writing. And see, that's, you judge a book by its cover, like this wonderful Mark Maddox book. I want to give Mark Maddox a shout out too, because he did a superlative job on this one for Quest of the Delphi Oculus, available from all good bookmongers.
That's most of those up there, if not all of those, Carl did.
Yeah, Carl does a super job. Carl's really good at it.
Because when I took it from the publisher, I had to redo the first one. So I'm like, well, here we go. They're all going back.
Yeah. And let's see, we've got a couple of more statements here. Jim Robb, good to see you, Jim. Glad you made it. Fun fact, Eric Braeden of the Forbin Project is the same actor who, under his real name, Hans Goodgast, played Hauptmann Dietrich, the antagonist of the Rat Patrol. I loved that TV series. It was a mid-60s thing, lasted about 2 seasons, and it was these 4 guys in a Jeep with a turret on it that went around doing terrible things to Nazis. It was a heartwarming show. I loved it. I really did. And Carl Weston says, I have no need for money, so... And Nick Tucker says, everything I've seen has said you get far more royalties from ebook than by print. I know my ebook numbers international are proportionally substantial.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You have print, you have ebooks, and every now and then print will outdo. Then you have
Right.
it balances out in the end. But the whole point is get your work out there, and
Yeah.
that's why McKayla and I are offering be a winner on on the Facebook page. Please send us an invitation. We'll let you in. Please read the rules, and maybe, just maybe, we can get you published, whether it's by yourself or by someone else. But you'll get some encouragement, you get some advice from people who are doing the work, and we hope that y'all take us up on it. Okay?
Yes.
So,
Are you ready?
Sorry,
Are you ready?
I'm
Yes,
ready.
know yourself.
Okay. So I was, if you remember, the last book signing that I did was at the Book Nook. It was a little bitty signing in Peoria. And the owner and I have talked, we've been friends for a while, but we've always talked about doing a bigger book signing. Well, she can't do a bigger book signing at her shop. The shop is literally filled with books. There's nowhere to do it inside. So she has this little patio outside. So she holds like 12 authors at a time, and she does a few throughout the year. Fine. And I said, Cheryl, would you want to do a bigger book signing? And she said, oh, I'd love to. But I was told I can't. Excuse me? Now here's where the rising tide comes in. You don't tell somebody they can't. Not with me.
We'll figure out a way. Is there space on the roof?
Well,
Yeah.
So she was told she can't because it would interfere with this other book signing that is in Peoria. But it's not even in Peoria. It's in East Peoria.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens every July. Well, the promoter of this one is like, no, you can't do it in Peoria. No, we do ours in Peoria. I'm like, and there's another bookstore in town that she does one. Did this person one reach out to that bookstore and say, oh, you can't do yours either?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on now. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, she did she? We're doing one and we're doing one. Bigger.
Better.
Yeah, bigger, better, non-political, because that was part of why some authors dropped that one. They went political. I don't care what side of politics you fall on or in the middle. I don't care. You don't go political.
Mm-hmm.
So with our book signing, we are not. If we make any profit at all this first year, it will go to something like, let's say, guide dogs or canine cops or something non-political, but helps the community. Mm-hmm. I'm even thinking for this book signing called Writers and Readers Rendezvous, we might take the proceeds and find a school that needs help with like kids that need scholastic books or want scholastic books, and fund the whole class to let the whole class get a scholastic book.
Oh, I like that idea.
And I've reached out to Scholastic. We may be able to get them to bring a Scholastic book truck to us at the book signing. Yes, I'm hoping. So we're really trying to do good for the community, as well as show the community, I don't care how many book signings you have, everyone is allowed at the book signing. Because that's the other thing is there's rules and stipulations. I get that we have to have rules, but some authors have a bigger platform than others. And the other book signing that wouldn't let certain people in also wouldn't let you come back if you didn't promote enough. Now, enough was never clarified. Mm-hmm. It wasn't said like you must post one time on Facebook, one time here, one time there. Okay, not everyone can post, or wants to post a whole bunch or has the time to market like you want them to.
And some people aren't even on social media.
Right. So that's a requirement? Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, we are taking all of the bad parts that we found throughout book signings and went, okay, let's change that. Let's do it better. Let's make this awesome.
Yeah.
And so we're calling this Readers and Writers Rendezvous because we want the readers to meet with the authors, have a good time. We want the authors to have a good time. I have been absolutely overwhelmed with all the authors that have said yes. They didn't ask when, they didn't ask how much a table is. They said yes. And then they were like, oh, by the way, when is it?
A testament. I got to brag on this lady here. It's a testament to her. Seriously.
Y'all blew me away. Like I've reached out to several people that I thought for sure would be like, thanks, but no. 90% of them have responded with, yeah, when is it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What? Holy crap. Like, I am over the moon excited about this, and I can't wait to put on a book signing that actually has no drama, no politics, no nothing. It is
and it doesn't alienate half of your readership
because they've only put one book out. Or you don't alienate them because they write comic books and this is a romance book writer. No, it doesn't matter. Now, may we separate them in the room? Maybe. Kind of depends on, do we get a big group of these people and do we get a big group of that people? We're still building it. So as we go, we'll learn more stuff. We'll get more stuff organized. But for right now, the people that have said, yes, count me in, or in the words of Molly Daniels, hell yeah, count me in. Yes, girlfriend. Yes.
All you need now is a couple food trucks, and then
and we've talked about that. We've talked about that because this will be at the Peoria Civic Center, so right downtown Peoria. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of food options downtown, but by then, next September, the Civic Center itself is kind of changing their food stuff. So they're getting more of a kitchen. They're getting more food options. So that's something we're working with them. Then it turns out that if we say, we're shooting for 100 authors. If we get 100 authors, I will bow down and kiss y'all's feet. I think it's doable. Well, I know it's doable. But y'all will blow me away if we get 100 tables sold. Mm-hmm. We will then have enough profit to donate to the charities of choice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, tomorrow I meet with my friend Cheryl that runs the Book Nook. So the Book Nook is the one really backing this. She and I are going to sit down. We're going to figure out all the nitty-gritty details. But it's going to be awesome, as in, like I said, no politics, no drama, no BS that I've seen at other things, at other books.
Inclusive.
Yeah, it's all inclusive.
Genre inclusive.
No one is going to be excluded because they've only written one book. Mm-hmm. No one's going to be excluded because they don't write the right kind of books. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, my money's as good as yours. You buy a table, you'll get in. As long as we've got room for you, you'll get in. Yeah. Now, am I going to ask you to promote? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to ask you to promote. Am I going to require it for your ticket back next year? No, absolutely not. Yeah. And if this video gets out and somebody gets their panties in a twist, keep them twisted, sister. I don't care. I really don't. I'm sick of the drama. I'm sick of the gatekeeper crap. So no. And I've thought a lot about this. I have a team in place of reviewers for McKayla Jade Books LLC. I didn't do this on my own, and I can't. My team of reviewers will review every single author that signs up. So every author can submit one book to be reviewed by McKayla Jade Books LLC. And they will get that critique of their book, like an editor would critique it. And then they'll get the separate review that we'll put to the public. Because a reader doesn't care about the nitty-gritty. A reader cares, is this a good read? Does it flow well? Will I like the story? That sort of thing. So you'll get your critique and you'll get your reader appropriate review that you can post everywhere you want to post, and we'll post it everywhere we can post it.
Mm-hmm.
So I am super excited to get this rolling. And as I know more, you guys will know more.
Excellent.
We will be talking more about this as the weeks ensue, because we are going to try to have this show, a little more regular than it has been.
Yes.
Which would be like any time. And we may switch to the nights that Joe Bachman can have his night back. And Joe, safe trip to O'Hare and back tonight, my friend. Safe trip.
Yes, be careful.
And we'll be talking more about this as things develop. So, but I'm excited for it too. I've already said I'm throwing my fez in the ring. So
I was excited, and I was overwhelmed and blown away by the response. And then I reached out to a cover model. I won't say who yet, but I reached out to a cover model, and that man was like, absolutely. I remember meeting you, and we chat via Facebook and Instagram, and yeah, sure. Absolutely. I'm interested. What? You're kidding me. You are kidding me. So now I'm like, oh, okay. Everybody's coming. Oh, okay. No, guys, really. I'm not like putting on a front here. I'm really that blown away, because I figured everybody'd be like, well, I've got this going on or that going on. And, it's a first year. First years don't really do good.
Yeah.
If I have my way about it, the entire town of Peoria is going to be there.
Yeah.
Watch me. I'm planning to get, I don't know how this goes yet, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get in with radio stations. I'm going to get in with newspapers. I'm going to get in with anybody who will listen to me. I don't care if it's on YouTube. I don't care if it's on the news. I don't care. I don't care if I have to paper flyer every single door in Peoria. It's going down.
If you just show a little enthusiasm for this, hun, you might get somewhere with it. I'm just saying.
So much more done.
Yeah, exactly.
It honestly, to kind of pull it down a little bit, it feels good to have my fire back. Mm-hmm. And as my friends know, it's been a little bit since I've had my fire. Mm-hmm. But this has gotten my fire going. Yeah. I love this. I love the fact that this is a book signing that neither I nor Cheryl, the owner of the Book Nook, will tell someone, you can't be here because I don't like you. Excuse me? Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. If you'll pay for a table, or even half a table, because we'll split them up for you, you can be there. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care. Like, I can't fathom putting on a book signing and telling someone, no, you can't be here because I don't like you.
Yeah. That's... Sarah says yes. All McKayla is saying, foundational rules of no-nos is so important. Dang, McKayla, you're a great boost. Love that energy, your passion.
I told you, I got my fire back, man. I got it back.
That's right. Yeah, it's glorious to see. Better than how I've been infectious. No, she hasn't caught those sort of things. Poor Sarah has caught an upper respiratory malady, and furthermore, I love preach. Dang, McKayla, I need that fire back too. This is amazing. Hey, tell you what, Sarah, we'll talk about you getting there. How's that? One way or another. Yeah. We'll put you up as a volunteer or something. And Bandon East Peoria. Yeah, there we go. We can go for that. Oh, no, Peoria Heights. Never mind. Nick Tucker
my book was banned in Peoria Heights. The whole dang shindig was banned in like the whole Peoria metro. Or she was told, you can't do one because we do ours.
That's right. And so you're setting up as a 401c nonprofit. The taxes can be kind of tough. I'm not privy to any of that stuff.
It's okay. I'm going to let Cheryl deal with all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's a write-off for a local business. Yeah. So
if I can get a book cover model here, I'll let Cheryl deal with all the stuff.
Yeah, and she'll be calling the SWAT team to get McKayla extricated from the book model.
No.
She fights him off desperately, right?
He's married.
I don't see how that's germane to the conversation.
Good Good Lord. And so maybe when I get confirmation and everything's a go, because I don't want to step too early.
Right.
But when I get confirmation, maybe I'll do an interview with him and you can actually meet him and figure out, just what he does.
Excellent.
Maybe he needs to come onto the show.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. As you can tell, folks, we are planning this as we go, but it's working.
Indeed. There you go. Oh, and Ace Bonnie, good to see you. Reminds me of Footloose. You can't dance here. Oh yeah, watch me. Yeah, that's us, man.
Watch me.
Yeah. It's there's an old picture. One of my favorite recording artists is Todd Rundgren, and I remember for his third album, he had a promotional picture of himself smiling evilly, holding a bundle of dynamite in one hand and a lit cigar near the fuse, and it was captioned, "Go ahead, ignore me." So anyway, let's see. We got a couple of other things, I think, here, and we've got our helper here. Yeah, we're looking for that niche. Anyway, and let's see. Yeah, and 501(c)(3) nonprofit years of working on conventions taught me how fast things can go rough. Well, we've got a year, 11 months ish to plan.
11 months.
Yeah, and I've heard some of the stuff that's McKayla and the Book Nook have got in mind, and the last thing I need is a new venue to go to. But like I said, I'm throwing my fist in the ring, and I fully support this.
The fact that you have the ball rolling this quickly on your event is amazing.
Well, and that's what we wanted. We wanted it early so that all these little details could fall into place and we could work out the bugs, because it is our first year doing a big book signing. I've attended them as a reader and attended them as an author.
Yeah.
Cheryl has put them on. She's attended them. So we're not unfamiliar with the territory. It's all the back end stuff that the readers don't see, which we'll get together. We'll do all that. I'm meeting with her tomorrow. We're going to hash out some details. And that's why I think maybe Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to try and do a tidbits and scribbles to kind of give you more information that we've got nailed down.
Okay.
Because right now, everybody that's interested, I need you to send an email to that email that's in the graphic for the Readers and Writers Rendezvous. Send an email that says, hey, I'm interested. Save me a spot. Because that's how we're going to keep track of, okay, we've got 40 people, we've got 50 people, we've got 90 people. Otherwise, it's just going to be kind of a crapshoot. And we're like, wait, how many do we have? Do we need more tables? No? Okay.
Yeah, so, and the Peoria Civic Center is big. It is big.
And that's the other thing is we're hoping to keep it at the same place every single year. And as we grow, it can grow with us. Mm-hmm. In the future, not this year, but in the future, we're hoping to do like panels. We're hoping to make it maybe more than a one-day event. This year, or this first one, I'm going to try and find a restaurant that will open its doors to us. And afterward, we can all congregate. Whether it's just the authors or it's authors and readers, I don't care. Mm-hmm. But I thought it would be nice to get everybody together, sit down and figure out what we did, what we accomplished, what went good, what went bad, and just have a nice dinner to kind of hang out with everybody and network. Yeah, network for sure.
Yeah. And one thing, if I may, a lot of the emphasis that McKayla's told me about is going to be not just on the writers, but on the readers as well. So it's going to be a good experience on both sides of the table, which is something I'm really excited about. And we've got one thing I want to put on the screen here. Trey, good to see you, Trey. Do you have a list of participating authors? I'd love to start reading their books pre-signing.
I'll probably get that tomorrow when I meet with Cheryl. But that's why send your stuff to the email so Cheryl can go through it, because it was set up just for this. Mm-hmm. So she can go through that email and we can count and we can say, okay, we've got authors, we've got bookish vendors. So you're not just going to get books, you're going to get your book holders, you're going to get all kinds of book stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited. I just can't fathom that when I said, hey, we're doing this book signing, it's the first year. I know first years don't really go really well. However, would you be interested? And these authors that I thought were way above me are like, heck yeah, sign me up. They didn't say when, they didn't say how much, they said, sign me up. And after that, they said, well, by the way, when is it? Never once did they say how much.
Wow.
And we're trying to keep it as reasonable as we can. But again, there's a cost of the venue. There's the cost of extras. So everything that we can have donated will be extra that can go to the nonprofit. Everything that we can work around will save money, will go to the nonprofit. So I'm really hoping for a big turnout. We're not sure if we're going to charge a door fee, like say $5 to get in the door, because we'd rather they spend money with the authors. But if we have to put a door fee on, we might have to. So we don't know yet. But if we do, we're going to keep costs low. Tables for authors, we don't know yet. We're trying to keep them reasonable. The more authors we get, the less money we need.
Yeah. A lot of good stuff coming down the pike. And even on, I shared the message last night on my page, and I had someone, like, we were tagging people we knew.
Yeah.
And I had a couple people say, yeah, I'll get in touch with them. And then I had another friend who started tagging his friends.
Yes. And that is how it works. That is how we're going to get this done. Way in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know what? Let's show them what we can really do when you don't exclude people.
Yeah.
Let's show them what we can bring to the table as the misfits. That we don't fit in your perfect little square box.
And McKayla, in my city, we hold what we call socials for fundraising. At the halfway point, if you feel like you guys need to fundraise a little bit more for your event, hold like a dance or something.
Yeah, I've thought about that, and I've thought we could do something like ask the authors to provide gift baskets, and we could do a raffle. We could do something like ask authors to do sponsorships, and by that, like, one could donate the bags for goodie bags for everybody that comes in, or the first 50 people, or whatever they can do, so those are all options on the table. And again, we've got a year, but a year is going to go really fast, so we've got to get all this planned. We've got to get stuff shipped in. We've got to get the floor plan figured out. We need a Facebook page so that we can get every author in there. We can get the readers in there. And then hopefully we can do, like, an author can do a takeover day. Hey, this is all about me. Here you go. I know I've never met you guys before, but here we go.
I can do
we're not all going to be local. Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be so you can talk about you.
Yeah, I like this. This has got legs on it. Sarah says, I don't think I've ever been to Peoria. Maybe I know of it, but haven't been there. It's the home of Richard Pryor. And when is this again? September 25th, 2025, correct?
27th, I believe.
Or 27th. Okay, yeah. I do have the 3, right?
Last Saturday in September.
Yeah, you'll see the graphic for it on my page also, because I shared it. So yeah, definitely go there.
A few times. You'll probably get sick of it by the time I'm done, but again, we're drumming up business. We're getting, how many people do we have? What's the cost or the final cost? Heck, I've even had people send their PayPal address. Like, just bill me. Here you go. I don't care.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been literally blown away. Like, I can't believe my followers are this freaking amazing. Like, I never would have dreamed that I would say, hey, I'd like to do this book signing, and I'd like to do it no politics and no drama. And people were like, take my money. Okay, hang on, I don't know what to do with it
yet. That's fantastic. And of course, I promise everyone here on Clever Title Pending, we will keep you all posted on any developments. And let's see, hold on.
Yes, Kelly.
Oh, and Carlisle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, good. And don't worry, Sarah. I'll keep you informed about this too. And once this thing really starts taking off, please share this as part of the Rising Tide community, because that's what you guys do best. All right. So anyway, McKayla, thank you very much. Appreciate all that information. Appreciate all you're doing. And Willow, thank you for being here.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me again. I appreciate those.
Well, I appreciate your being here, and don't think you can get out of it ever again. But anyway,
now you're stuck.
That's right. Oh my God, yeah. So And Sarah
Keeps us being
delivers our.
creative. That's all that matters.
Yep.
That's right, my God. We'll figure out something to talk about in 2 weeks. How's that? We'll move it probably to Tuesday.
Okay.
So we won't interfere with Joe again. So we're so heartless, we don't care. But anyway, no, seriously, it's not true. But anyway, again, McKayla, Will, thank you both very much. And what I usually do on these things is I go around, I give you the spotlight and tell everyone what you're up to, where they can find you. And we'll start with Willow, then McKayla, and then I'll close everything out. How does that sound?
Okay.
All right, Willow, you're up to bat first. Go for it.
All right. Well, you guys can Google my name. I'm all over social media. I have a TikTok, Instagram. I'm on Facebook. You can find me. Actually, this Sunday night, Geeky Discoveries. I'm going to be talking to Mick Strawn, who has worked on several of our favorite films from Nightmare on Elm Street, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Mortal Kombat. So he pretty much wrote my childhood.
Nice.
So yeah, he's a great producer. He even did a commercial here in Canada that still gives us nightmares for the war ants. So you guys need to tune into that Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And you guys can also tune in to the Back of the Cereal Box Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Central. If you guys are up early enough, you guys can also watch it on YouTube and Facebook as well after it airs. So what else am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going to be planning a convention, KeyCon, which is our sci-fi literary convention. That's going to be happening next year in May. So if you guys happen to be in the Winnipeg area up in Canada, come say hi.
Why not? Let's all get in the van and up we go.
Road trip.
Road trip. All right, we get Warm Galgon up now.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you so much, Willow.
No problem.
All right. Hope you had a good time.
Always.
She's not saying it. She's not.
I always do.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you, hon. And McKayla Jade.
Hey, it's me again. Okay, so what am I up to? I'm up to the book signing. We got to figure that out. But these 3 books back here, these ones, those are my newest 3. They are XXX, so careful. I've got another Warrior book in process. I don't know what it's going to be called yet. We're still playing with titles and scenes, and I'm literally, if you know me, writing it in chunks. So I've also got the Warriors, Roguestone Warriors YA version. It's on Patreon. The only way you can get it is to be a Patreon member of $5 a month or more. And I've been uploading that at least once a week. I've been trying to get twice a week, but of course life stinks sometimes. So other than that, I am busy writing with Brian all the time.
Cool. All right. Thanks, McKayla. And I'm Brian K. Morris. I really am. Nobody else is bragging to be me, but they should. You can find us at risingtide.pub. That's our website. Also, we're on every platform that sells books. Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, everybody. Please come check out our books, including our 2 newest ones. From Rising Tide Publications, The Terror. I'm currently working on 1 sequel and 2 spin-offs from this. Because it pisses off the bigots, and that's how I live. But anyway, check out The Terrors. This is one of my best-selling books behind this wonderful Jeffrey Hayes cover. And also check out Quest for the Delphi Oculus from Flinch Books, edited and created by Jim Beard and John C. Bruning. This is if you like Ian Fleming and The Prisoner, I think you'll dig this book. It's my first real thriller, like a Robert Ludlum sort of thing, and we think you'll enjoy it. It's a prequel to the Quest for the Space Gods, and it's available right now, again, from all major booksellers. We will try to have another clever tile pending in about 2 weeks. Check out my page, and everybody else involved will come up with a subject, and hopefully you will join us. Also want to say that we are brought to you by our Patreon supporters, and you can find, if you want to find out what you get and on what level, at patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, published a blog yesterday, which actually everyone can read, about it's part of a 2-part series about 13 things you may or may not have known about the book Santa Sign, just in time for Halloween. And the first part launched today. We're going to have the second one on Thursday. And if you pledge at the $5 or higher on Friday, you'll get to see the latest chapter in my first Flash novel, or first draft Flash novel, The Terrors 2, From Dusk Till Dawn. And you'll also be able to read the preceding chapters if you are a $5 or higher member. So please check it out, and we're grateful to our Patreon supporters. We really are, and we hope you'll consider being one of them. Also, we want to thank Jeffrey Hayes and Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, on the look of your book matters to you. If you don't believe that a book cannot be sold by its cover, holy cats. I have a lot of people just pick it up because they see this book and they go, I got to own it. Oh, wait a minute. There's words inside. This guy is amazing. He's great to work with. Very creative, very inspiring. In fact, as a writer, working off of what he shows me that my words give to him. So definitely check out the work of Jeffrey Hayes. Check out the Facebook page for samples of Plasma Fire Graphics works, other books they've been on, and then go over to plasmafiregraphics.com, and then you can contact Jeffrey directly from there and ask him about his independent creator-friendly pricing. You will be pleasantly amazed, I promise. And he's fantastic. We love Jeffrey so much, and all I can say is check him out. That's plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics will look if your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. Thank you again for watching tonight on Clever Tile Pending. Like I said, we'll try to be back in about 2 weeks. Thank you to everyone who commented, gave us some great suggestions and such, and questions. And if you have an idea for a future show, drop me a line on my DM on my Facebook page. And other than that, all we got to say is something I know some of you have missed, and that's stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Thank you for being here. And we hope to see you in 2 weeks. Take care and be good, everyone.